What's up? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Perfect. Awesome, dude. Awesome. How are you guys?
We're doing great. Hello, Samy. How you doing?
I'm doing very good, thank you. Very good. I'm actually here with our drummer Taz. He's
Yes. Cheers, brother.
He's building his drum set because we're gonna start rehearsing, and we're gonna be doing pre-production next week for the upcoming record. Actually, so it's busy times here in Finland.
Nice, Samy.
Nice, man.
Well, first of all, we have to thank you for being here, for accepting the invitation, for being here in Descontrol Rock. Actually, we're in Mexico. We're from the other side of the world. Actually,
8 hours of difference.
Literally.
Yeah, dude.
And we're so anxious to ask you some questions. So let's begin.
We promise to be quick so you can go to the rehearsal.
No problem at all. No problem. It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure.
Samy. Okay, first of all, my brother Aldo has something to ask to you. So let's begin.
Samy, first of all, thank you so much for being here with us. I'm going to be pretty honest with you, man. I'm kind of nervous because you guys are my fucking favorite band in the world, first of all. And second of all, I'm introducing La Society to all my friends here in Mexico. And I want to ask you, how would it start? How it all start? Let's go to the beginning. You don't know Taz, Arto, Mirko. You're just Samy Elbanna.
You and your guitar.
You and your guitar.
Well, first of all, thank you so much. I really love hearing that, and you know, it's a crazy situation because we've been a band for close to like 11 years right now, and it really bums us out that there are so many places on planet Earth that we just simply haven't been able to tour yet, and obviously Mexico is one of them. And what I want to tell all of you and to all of your listeners and all of your viewers is that we have definitely heard all of our fans out there, and we would love to come out there as soon as it is possible. Obviously the last couple of years have been pretty challenging for touring and everything, but I do believe that in the next couple of years, when the world starts opening up slowly but surely, and when we hopefully have a new record out, I really hope we will be able to tour your beautiful country as soon as possible. But then going on to your actual question, which was that where would you start? Honestly, it's a tough one because I mean, you know, in the end of the day, we're just four punk rockers from Finland. Who basically, you know, the thing that connects all of us, all four of us, is just our pure love for music. And I'd like to think that, you know, no matter if you're listening to Fast Love Death, Terror Hungry, Brain Dead, or No Absolution, or anything that's going to be coming up, I think the pure magic of just loving the fucking music that we do is what kind of will bring everyone closer to us. And honestly, you know, I think no matter if you're listening to the first record or the newest record, all I can say is just, you know, listen to the music and to the connection that we have via the music. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, totally makes sense.
And I was wondering, who was the one that came up with the idea of forming a band together? Like, you were the first one who started the idea, and you started seeking for musicians. I don't know if you were the first one who started all.
That's correct, actually. Yeah, it was. We go back to 2010, which is holy fuck, it's 11 years ago.
Yes.
I feel old even talking about it. But anyway, we go to 2010, and I had just gone to high school, and basically, you know, I was just a dude who played guitar at home. I composed some music just on my laptop at home. And you know, my big brother basically taught me how to play guitar. He was my mentor with the whole instrument. And you know what may have separated me from a lot of musicians in our little hometown of Jyväskylä, Finland, was the fact that I never kind of just wanted to play guitar by myself. I wanted to form a band. And from the get-go, that was the main thing for me, because, you know, I love bands like Iron Maiden, Megadeth, Children of Bodom. And, you know, I spent all my days either playing guitar or watching DVDs and documentaries of these bands. And what made me pursue the whole band thing was just the fact that I wanted to see the world and I wanted to do it with my best friends. But obviously I didn't know who these people were going to be yet. But, you know, I went to high school and just so happened to be that I met this guy from another class who played bass guitar. And, you know, I mean, he liked similar kind of music like I did. He loved Slayer, Sepultura, stuff like that. And, you know, pretty soon we just got together. We got a rehearsal place from a local youth center, started playing together. You know, I showed him some of my songs. And, you know, long story short, we played together for a while. We had a local drummer that we had for, you know, just a few weeks or whatever. And basically, like, the first member of the Lost Society that the world knows was Ossi, our ex-drummer. I met him through a couple of mutual friends. We played together for about 6 months. And in turn, we met Arttu because he came to see mine and Ossi's other band rehearsing, and he in turn knew Mirko. And, you know, I mean, it was just a crazy fucking, you know, it was just so many coincidences going together. And in a matter of about 6 months, we had the whole kind of version #1 of Lost Society. And as everyone knows, you know, we went on for about 8 or 9 years together with that lineup. And a couple of years ago, our old drummer Ossi left the band, and we got this fucking guy. On board, and we're fucking rocking heavier than ever.
And
so that's basically like, that's 11 years condensed into 5 minutes.
That's cool, and that's fucking crazy, because you never thought that you would be like there with the homies, because at the end it was meant to be, right? You never knew that you were going to form a band with Tess, but at the end of the road, the connections between all of the musicians, all of the local bands, about the support, about supporting each other, that's the connections that you have to make to form a band, because that's
absolutely.
Hey, let's hang out and start playing. No, you have to connect with the other guys. And to be honest,
absolutely.
I'm pretty sure that you didn't have a conflict, because Mirko is a fucking beast on the bass. He's a beast. His bass lines and the whole No Absolution bass lines. Fuck, man, never heard that. Never heard bass line like that on my life. Never.
Dude, hell yeah. And I mean, the thing about Lost Society that I feel is because, you know, you always have to face the reality at some point, especially living in a country like Finland, where, as you know, there are so many bands out there. There are so many metal bands out here. So in the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, what is the main thing that separates you from all of the other bands that are going? Because obviously, when you have more bands, you have more competition in a way, you know, even though no one likes to think of it as a competition, but, you know, facts are facts. So anyway, what I think one of the biggest strengths that we've always had is that, obviously, you know, we put on a great live show where we love getting on stage. We're very physical on stage, and obviously, you know, it's the good songwriting and stuff like that. But what is cool to think about once in a while is also the fact that all of us individually have put in our 10,000 hours on our instruments. And, you know, Taz, Arttu, Mirko, and fuck it, I'll say myself, I mean, we are fucking good at what we do. And, you know, that should always be, obviously, the main thing with a lot of bands. You know, I mean, you kind of have to be the best in a lot of different things. And, you know, granted, you can't think too much of yourself either, because that's the downfall of a lot of people. But you definitely have to keep that in mind, that you have to always strive to be the best at what you're doing. And when you have a situation where everyone is just the best at what they do, then you're in a pretty fucking good situation, I must say.
Yeah, once you build the confidence,
there's nothing that can fucking stop you.
Yeah.
Dude, absolutely, 100%.
Samy, talking about the Finland bands, you guys were on the global battle of the bands.
Yeah, dude.
You were 17 years old. I saw your video.
I think I was fucking 16 years old.
Well, I saw a Samy with short hair, no tattoos, and it was like, fuck, these guys are like 8 years old and they're fucking killing me. What the fuck is that? And I just saw Lost Society, and I'm like, whoa, who are those guys? And I'm like, like a fucking rat looking at you at Spotify, YouTube, anything, Instagram, and just blew my mind. And my reaction were like, hey man, I have to, hey man, look at those dudes.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers are from Finland and they're fucking killing it. They're like 8 years old playing this song. and their song, it's from their own. I mean, there is no cover. It's their own song. And they're like, fuck, dude, these men are fucking beasts and all that shit. And you guys are the perfect example of the acceptation phase. You know, when I put play, everyone on the place, they were like, that's the facial expression of the acceptation.
Fuck yeah.
That face says more than a million words. And
Dude,
that's the face that
I think the official word for that is called the stank face. It's called the stank face because it's the face you make when you smell something fucking terrible.
Yeah. And that's mean approbation, you know. You're like, hey man, listen to this, and
dude, that is the ultimate compliment. That is the ultimate compliment. So thank you so much, man.
actually, we've been spreading out the La Society mob here in Mexico, and we actually do have a live show every Saturday from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. live on a radio show. And
awesome.
We're gonna be playing some of you guys today. Later,
hell yeah.
You'll be sleeping at the moment, but we're gonna be playing Absolution.
No, absolutely.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
That's
Thank
the
you.
face that I make every single.
The miracle face. The miracle face.
Okay.
Dude, could you please hold that face? I gotta take a fucking picture right now. Hell yes, thank you so much. I'm gonna send that over to our guys right now and say we fucking nailed it.
Okay, Samy, talking about experience. First experience on the studio. I want to talk about that Fast Loud Death record recording progress. I was wondering how was the process? How do you came up with getting along with the fucking
metronome. The first enclosure with the metronome.
Yeah, the first.
Well, you know.
with the metronome.
Well, you know, to be honest, I mean, I can't speak for everyone, but I can definitely speak for myself in a sense that obviously, yes, when we went to record Fast Loud Death, it was, I believe it was September 2012. And, you know, it was at the point when we had been a band together with that lineup for about 1.5 years. And obviously all of the songs that we recorded were songs that had kind of, we'd gathered all the songs for the duration of what the band had been together. And, you know, I speak for myself in a way that I have always practiced with a metronome since the day I fucking started playing guitar. And all of the thank you goes to my big brother that I was talking about, because what he taught me was basically, if you want to play anything fast, you have to fucking learn it slow. And I mean, to this day, that is exactly my mantra. That's 100% what everyone has to do. If there's any aspiring guitarists, bassists, drummers, or anything, you got to start slow in order to get fast. So anyway, you know, for me, obviously, it wasn't maybe that big of a change of pace because I definitely was used to the metronome. But, you know, having all of us together and, you know, especially for, I'd say probably like, I wouldn't be too far from the truth if I would say that for the drummer, it was probably the biggest change of pace because, you know, we're kind of, like I said earlier, we're kind of punk rockers. We're dudes who have played rock and roll and stuff like that for most of our lives, especially our old drummer. So, you know, getting into a situation where you have to play fucking as fast as you possibly can and you have a metronome going in your ear, it is a pretty fucking weird situation. But we were lucky in a sense that, you know, first of all, it was all of us in a new situation. So no one was like, oh, you got to fucking do this or you're out of the band or whatever. And our producer at the time, Nino, who produced the record, you know, he was also an old kind of thrash metal enthusiast. And he had a lot of patience, which definitely helped the situation. So, you know, in the end of the day, it all kind of, it rolled out nicely. You know, obviously there's a lot of things that we would have done differently now if we would have known what we were up for. But I think, you know, it's all part of the growing process as a band. And, you know, a lot of things have obviously changed. And a lot of us have changed, obviously, because it was fucking a million years ago and stuff like that. But I wouldn't change it for the world. I think every period of a band has to sound exactly as it is in that period of the band, because otherwise you're just going to have a band that releases the same fucking record over and over and over again, and I don't think that it's not interesting to me. So, you know, obviously there's going to be massive differences with what we're going to release next if you put it up against Fast Loud Death, but on the other hand, I can ask any human being on earth, are you the same fucking person that you were 10 years ago? I mean, obviously fucking no. So, you know, a lot of things changed, but I think, you know, for the age that we were and for how new of an experience it was, I think we did it as well as we possibly could.
Yeah, actually, talking about the recording progress, I saw that you guys were updating videos on your YouTube channel, talking about the progress of the Terror Hungry record and then the Brain Dead. Brain Dead for me is the living proof that you guys, you know, evolved into a new era of Lost Society. Even your album cover, you said it, hey man, the head from the Terror Hungry is from the dude of the Fast Loud and Dead. I mean, Brain Dead, you guys were experimenting with you know, harmony guitars that you didn't do it on your past album, and that's where I knew that you guys were like, well, you're now into another level, you know. You're pressuring yourself to get better music, to be better musicians, to be a better co-worker with Taz, Mirko, and Artu, and that's fucking great, man. I mean, for me, Brain Dead, No Absolution and Brain Dead were like you know, two different things, but the same, at the same time, man. And that's fucking hard because you guys did two albums, different but really fucking heavy. Really fucking heavy.
This space.
Hell yeah, guys. But honestly, that is an incredible thing to hear, that what we have done and what we've kind of tried to do has made its way to you also, because, you know, I've met a lot of people who kind of were a bit challenged with understanding what happened between those records. But I think what you just said was perfect, because I can, in one sentence, I can kind of explain why all of that happened. And I think the whole magic is that we didn't think about anything. I think everything that we've always done has been as organic as possible. You know, when we start writing new material, it never was like, okay, now we're going to do this and this and this. Oh, okay, now we're going to do this and this and this. You know, Fast Loud Death was what it was. It was just fucking pure, you know, pure madness, which is what we were. We were fucking, you know, 16-year-olds, 20-year-olds, you know, getting drunk for the first time, yada, yada, yada. Then suddenly we're in Terror Hungry, which was just basically a perfect image of what we were living at that time, because, you know, we did our first tours, we had our first festival shows, we continued rehearsing every single day. So I mean, it was just basically madness part 2. But then, you know, after that, you obviously you get a bit older, you start wondering what it is you want to say with your music. But it's just what comes naturally. I think Antidote was the first riff that we wrote for Brain Dead, and that is the epitome of the fucking stank phase, because it was basically just me and Art going fucking like that for like 3 hours straight, and we wrote the song. And, you know, after that, obviously, there was a few years before we came out with No Absolution, and, you know, in a similar way, we kind of knew what it is we want to do next. We didn't plan it too much, but, you know, obviously there were so many new elements coming into the music and everything. But I would say that at no point did we think now we have to do something drastically different. It was just something that came to us, and I think in the end of the day, what we did with Brain Dead, what we did with No Absolution, and definitely what's going to be coming up next makes more sense than anything that we've ever done in our lives, because all of us are fucking, we love bands like Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, Kiss, Led Zeppelin. We're melodic rockers and melodic metal dudes, you know, throughout. We're probably more of that than we've ever been thrash metal dudes in a way. But I think that's what makes the band what it is, because we'll take all of these different music styles, put them all together, and fucking blast out whatever the fuck we want to. And we're just gonna do a lot of stuff that many people just don't want to do. They're like, oh, we can't do that. We're like, fuck that, we will. And I think that's what you have to do in order to survive in a world that has 8 billion fucking people and about 9 billion fucking bands.
I know that there in Finland are so many bands, and there's a whole budget of bands, of new bands, of older bands. But let's get back to 2015 when you got in tour with Santa Cruz and Cheers Lane. That was your first big tour, right? That was the first time that you were actually on a tour band with your homies, with other bands there in Finland.
Well, that I actually have to correct you, because we actually never did a tour with those guys, like a longer tour. We played a bunch of shows though in Finland, but we never actually got to tour with those fucking crazy people.
Okay.
But
we're living a life, dude.
and I mean, I got to know this guy for the first time in fucking 2013. We were at an after party of Tuska Open Air in Helsinki. We went to a venue that doesn't exist, unfortunately, anymore, but it was called The Circus, and we went to see Marky Ramone featuring Andrew WK play Ramones. And that was the first time that we fucking partied together. So we've known each other for, fucking a bunch of years. What?
You guys fell in love since then?
We fell in love immediately.
That was the first time.
It took a few years for us to know what to do, to learn what to do with our love. Learn to love again.
And here you are now.
Yeah, but no, unfortunately, we never toured together in an actual tour, but we did do a bunch of shows with that lineup, yes.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you really quick. It seems like your big brother is like your real mentor, your like inspiration, your motivation.
Absolutely.
So I was wondering if you already talked about it. I don't know. If you maybe planned to do a band together before, or have you ever talked about it?
Well, no, actually, the thing is that we're going to be doing some cool collaborations for sure. My brother, he started actually doing a bunch of YouTube videos and stuff where he's playing guitar, and I think there should be some new ones coming up soon. So I'll definitely be sharing those on my social media.
Does he have a band?
I mean, excuse me?
Does he have a band?
He doesn't have a band currently. No, he doesn't have a band
currently. Him on Instagram.
Dude, fucking definitely do that. But I mean, the thing with bands is that I think, in the end of the day, Lost Society is just, I am Lost Society. I live and breathe Lost Society. So it's pretty hard to, I would find it hard to form something similar, because, obviously my big brother, he's a shredder also. So if we did something together, I feel like it would be too similar to what I'm doing already. So, in that way, we never formed a band together, but, never say never.
Yeah. But I know for sure that every time that you have a new song, I believe that you ask him if the song is
man, what do you think about this?
What the fuck, man? What do you think about this?
Dude,
what do you think about
that? I never ask anyone if the songs are good. If I fucking like them, then they're fucking good.
Man.
I'm just fucking with you. I'm totally fucking with you. There's a bunch of people, obviously, that have to be involved.
You're the shred master, man.
Obviously, you're correct, yeah.
He has to approve that.
Samy, talking about No Absolution, your newest album, I think it was released on, your first singles were in 2019 with...
That's correct, yeah.
Yeah, 2019.
No Absolution, Deliver Me, and Into Eternity came out.
Deliver Me, that, I'm going to be honest, the first song, the first enclosure with Lost Society that I have, it was Blood on Your Hands.
No shit, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
was thanks to Spotify. Shout out to Spotify.
Shout out.
And when I heard the main riff, tan, taran, taran, tan, and you do the fucking thing on the string, that fucking blew my mind. And I said,
he got a boner.
I got a boner. And I have to admit it. I was like, man, I'm a fucking shitty ass guitar player. These motherfuckers. And yeah, you're on the another level, to be honest. And No Absolution took you 4 years. I mean, Branded was released in 2016.
That's correct. I mean, you know, yeah, in a way, you could say it was about 4 years, but it's pretty challenging to kind of pinpoint the time and date when you kind of start officially writing a new record. But yeah, I mean, for sure, Brain Dead came out in 2016. We did tour most of 2016. We toured a bit of 2017 also. So I'd say, you know, I'd say that the first official kind of session that we had for No Absolution was the first time I wrote songs with Jonas, because that was basically a game changer in so many ways. So, you know, I'd pretty much pinpoint the beginning of writing No Absolution to that day, which was fucking, I think it was beginning of 2017, maybe, or the end of 2017. Honestly, I have fucking no idea anymore. But I'd say that, you know, if you have to pinpoint a time or a period of time when we started writing No Absolution consciously, it was probably that time.
You're talking about Johnny Park. I don't know how to pronounce this. Parkonen?
Johnny Park, man. Yeah, dude.
That
Absolutely.
dude is a fucking bass too, man. I mean, all your
dude, he is fucking
villains are beasts.
like
On guitar, on drums, on bass. You guys fucking killing it.
Hell yeah, dude.
You have a cool lineup. Amazing lineup. And
I must agree. I must agree.
Yeah, you already talked about how you meet Taz, how you fell in love with him. Well, how you fell in love with each other. And I was wondering, have you ever thought of getting a new member on the band, or are you already consolidated as you are now?
Well, I mean, we've been talking about getting someone to play the synthesizer. Totally fucking with you. No, but,
you play the keyboard, right? You play piano?
I do play piano, so yeah, if anyone needs to do that, I'm gonna fucking do that. But no, I mean, in all honesty, I think, you know, it's always gonna be, or I mean, I'm never gonna say always, because never say never, but, you know, I feel like having a kind of classic rock and roll lineup, which is, you know, vocals, 2 guitars, a bass, and drums. I think that is just like, it's Lost Society in its most, you know, in its most kind of perfect sense. But I mean, you know, we do have a 5th member of the band, and I mean, I think it's pretty clear at this point that Jonas has definitely become a 5th member of the band, in a way that, you know, because we have a very tight group. When we start, you know, prepping for a new record or whatever, it's pretty much automatically it's going to be the 5 of us. But, you know, I wouldn't say at this point that any official members would be coming into the band, because I think what we have right now is really fucking special.
Yeah, Sammy. You know, I just want to make sure. I think you have 6 members on your band. The 6th one is Silke. Shout out to Silke for making this fucking interview happen.
Fuck yeah! Obviously.
Without her, sorry, this wouldn't be possible, and we were like, oh man.
I'm sorry to be a pain in the ass, Silke. I promise it won't happen again.
No, I'm super happy she got this arranged. Shout out to her. She's the best.
Shout out to Silke, and you just announced that you will be performing on Bloodstock Open Air.
Hell yeah.
That's not
Lamb of God, merciful fate.
Testament, bro.
It's gonna be special. It's definitely gonna be special, but honestly, at this point in 2021, all I have to fucking say is we're hoping for the best, because nothing is for sure at this point. But, you know, we're definitely hoping that 2022 will be a better year for planet Earth. But, you know, I mean, it's a lot to do with human beings. We all have to fucking work together right now, stronger than ever, to fucking beat this, because that's the only way we're gonna get back to normal life. And personally, myself, Taz for sure, and the rest of us definitely want to get back on the road as soon as fucking possible.
I saw that you guys get vaccinated.
Yeah, hell yeah. We're all, half of us are fully vaccinated and half of us have 1 shot. So, you know, we're just waiting for the rest. but you know, we'll all have it done by the end of the year. But seems like, you know, the first time that we could possibly go abroad will be next year anyway. So, you know.
Yeah. Well, thanks to that, you guys placed 2 shows in a row in Helsinki.
Yeah, we did, and one more the next day.
And those
it was
shows?
fucking 3 90-minute shows in 27 hours.
You literally, that day you were brain dead, Samy. Literally.
Dude, I was so fucking brain dead, it's not even funny.
I saw your live on Instagram. You were like, "Hey, what's up?"
Well, that tells a lot because I don't even fucking remember doing that. So
Fuck, man.
I'll take your
man.
word for it.
Samy, you know, Silke told us that you have pretty good news, something new for Lost Society, something, a new single, new album coming out.
New news?
Well, I mean, you know, the thing is that I'm going to have to offer you to the classic big things are going to be happening, but I can't tell you about them. I'm going to have to offer you this classic quote straight out of Jyväskylä, Finland today. But no, in all seriousness, obviously, as you probably read and a lot of people read, we are back with Nuclear Blast. And in the official press release, yeah, shout out Nuclear Blast, fucking love you. So anyway, the official statement did say that we will be entering the studio pretty close to now, actually. But I kind of can't give you anything official, but obviously I can tell you that for sure something will be happening next year, because obviously that's going to happen. Because the kind of the way that Tool does stuff, we don't do our stuff that way. You're not gonna have to wait for 10 years for a new record. You're gonna get that sooner. And you know, we have such a good fucking group of people together right now. We're so fucking stoked about everything that next year is gonna be a big year. And you know, as soon as there's something official to be broadcasted, obviously we will tell the whole world. So stay tuned.
Well, I don't want to take more time from you, because I'm watching Fast building his drum set.
Keep it going, buddy.
You're just about to rehearsal.
Keep it going, man.
Yeah, you're just about to rehearsal. So I just want to thank you for accepting this invitation, for being here with us. Honestly, it was a pleasure to have you here. And we're gonna be playing one of your songs today, later at our live show on the radio. We're gonna be spreading the Lost Society mob. Believe in us when we say that we're gonna be spreading, and hopefully you will be here in Mexico playing headlining shows. And I just want to thank you for being here. You're just an inspiration for us. We actually do have a band, and we one of the.
If you need a fucking opener for your shows, where the
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Once we start touring in Mexico, just fucking call up your local promoter and we'll fucking make it happen. We'll make it happen. Let's do it.
You betcha, buddy.
Okay, before we have this call, you have to
a quick shout out to all your Mexican, Latin American fans.
You wanna
Absolutely.
say something to them?
And definitely, and I'll start by saying to you two, thank you so much for the endless support. And honestly, I love doing interviews. I love meeting people, and especially in this way. I mean, obviously it would be cooler if we could do it live, but I love seeing physically the people that are keeping this whole thing alive, because as I said, it's been a pretty fucking challenging last 2 years, but it really warms the heart to know that there are people out there who are just widely spreading the word of Lost Society. And yes, believe me, we will be there as soon as possible. And to all of our Latin American friends, I just want to say thank you so much for the endless support. Also, as you all know, without you, there is no band, there is no Lost Society, there's nothing. So just hang on tight and please stay healthy, stay safe, and hopefully in the year 2022, we will see all of you.
Hopefully, brother.
Hopefully. One last thing.
Okay.
One last thing, please. And you
Tell
can
me.
go to the rehearsal. Please, give me a second.
What are you gonna do, bro?
Give me a second.
He's about to play something.
No. I just want to make sure, and I want to give a huge shout out to all the world. Into Eternity is a song that has to remain on history of rock and roll. No cap. From the bottom of all my heart.
Thank you,
Into
brother.
Eternity is just a fucking masterpiece. It's a fucking masterpiece on the level like Panama, on the level of Sweet Child Man. That's for me a song that I need to admit it to you, and I don't want that you go to sleep without knowing that, you know.
Dude, thank you so much. Honestly, it means the world to me, means the world to all of us, and that track is definitely one of the tracks that I believe will never fucking leave our set list if it's up to me. So thank you so much. I can't wait to be able to be in a situation where we can perform it live to both of you and to all of our friends out there.
Thank you, Samy. Thank you for being here. We'll let you go to your rehearsal. Sorry, and shout out to Taz, who's over there. Back at you.
Shout out, man.
Hey, Taz.
Hey.
Big fan of yours.
He's the drummer boy. He loves Taz. He's in love with Taz.
What's up, Taz? Cheers from Mexico.
Have you been to Mexico, man?
I never have been, actually.
Taz hasn't been to Mexico either, so we definitely have to come out next year.
There.
Well, I promise you this. When you come to Mexico, we're gonna fucking drink some Coronas, some Modelos, and you're gonna fucking taste a real good old Mexican beer, okay?
And tequila.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, brothers.
Thank you so much, man.
Take care.
Thank you, guys. Have a great night and stay safe. Cheers.
You too, brother.
Yeah. Bye-bye. Bye.
Pues.
¿A dónde está?
Ah, güey. Aquí hay un charco.
Está temblando, güey.
Hay un-
Estás temblando, güey. Ok, podemos hablar en español. Digo, como saben, no es nuestro idioma principal el inglés.
Ah, le echamos ganitas,
Le echamos ganas para poder seguir cumpliendo con nuestro objetivo, que es poder tener ese tipo de bandas para ustedes, poder seguir, pues, promoviendo el talento que hay, no nada más.
Y lo principal, pues, encontrar bandas nuevas.
Sí, entonces, pues bueno, estamos orgullosos de poder seguir con esto, vamos a seguir con esto, y pues bueno, sigan al pendiente, porque bueno, ahorita en un ratito nos vemos en el programa, vamos a ponernos una rola de este cabrón que se pasa de lanza.
Sí, se mama.
De Lost Society, para que los escuchen, vayan a ver ahorita de una vez, y pues bueno.
Estén atentos porque pues ya fuimos a Estados Unidos, ya fuimos a Finlandia y pues sigue Reino Unido.
Y luego España, y luego...
No, es tardado el proceso, pero se completa.
Bueno, no está Racita ahí saludándonos o algo, eso checar, pues acaso nada más.
Vayan a seguir a Lost Society a sus redes sociales, Lost Society FI de Finlandia. Pues están subiendo bastante material en Instagram, Facebook, Twitter casi no lo usan, pero YouTube también deberían darle una checada. Se los recomiendo si les gusta el speed metal, si les gusta el thrash, si les gusta headbanguear, si les gusta el rock pesado, dense una vuelta y no se van a arrepentir.